What's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well. As you can tell by the title of today's video, I'm going to be talking about the upcoming heavyweight fight between Kabayel and Zhang, which is taking place on the undercard of Beterbiev versus Bivol. Now, this is a pretty tough fight to call, in my opinion. You've got an orthodox fighter versus southpaw, and quite a high volume guy versus quite a low volume guy. So it's an interesting clash of styles, this matchup between Kabayel and Zhang. Going into the fight, though, I am slightly leaning towards Kabayel to win this fight, either by a late stoppage or on points. I think Zhang, in his 40s, hasn't got a great gas tank. Could be open to getting stopped late or just outworked, sort of like Joseph Parker was able to do. The game plan is out there on how to beat Zhang, but he is a very dangerous fighter, extremely heavy-handed and quite a decent counterpuncher with pretty fast hands, especially for his size. But like I say, he's in his 40s. I don't think his stamina is going to be getting any better. And we've seen him a few times sort of gas out in fights. And Kabayel is not the guy you want to be having gas tank issues against with his work rate. I've been really impressed with Kabayel's last few performances against Makhmudov and Frank Sanchez. Now, I know Zhang's a completely different fighter to those guys. He's a southpaw, a lot more skilled than Makhmudov, and a lot bigger puncher than Frank Sanchez. So that's for those reasons. I think it's going to be a dangerous fight, especially early for Kabayel. He's going to have to be, on point early in the fight. I don't think, he can sort of just walk forward with his hands, high and try and walk through Zhilei Zhang. That wouldn't be a smart move with Zhang's sort of punch selection and hand speed and power. I think he'd be able to sort of punch through the guard of Kabayel. So early in this fight, if I was in Kabayel's corner, I'd sort of encourage them to go back to his style that he used more earlier in his career, that we saw against Eric Chisora, where he sort of used his legs and used his lateral movement and footwork. I think that would be the smart thing to do against Zhang, at least early in this fight, until Zhang starts to slow down a bit. Then maybe he can start to try and get to Zhang's body and start looking to possibly try and stop Zhang as he fatigues down the back end of the fight. So yeah, guys, basically that's how I see the fight playing out. I think early in the fight it would be smart for Kabayel to use more of a boxing approach, and then start to get a little bit more aggressive as, like I say, Zhang starts to fatigue. I don't really see Zhang being able to win this fight on points unless he's able to really drop Kabayel quite a few times or hurt him badly and severely drop his output. But like I say, Kabayel's shown a good chin so far in his career, but Zhang's a very sharp puncher with very heavy hands, so I wouldn't exactly, like I say, want to test that out or exchange with Zhang early in the fight when he's still sharp. But yeah, I expect Zhang to come out and probably follow Kabayel around the ring as he usually does. He doesn't really cut the ring off too well. He's quite flat-footed, quite slow on his feet. But I expect him to come out and try and follow Kabayel around and look to, time Kabayel or catch him coming in, as he does have the height and reach advantage. So Kabayel is going to have to cross over to get his shots off and put himself in danger. But like I say, Kabayel has decent foot speed and hand speed, and early in the fights or throughout the fight, I would expect Kabayel to use a lot of feints, a lot of foot feints, a lot of head feints, and try and throw Zhang's counter-punching off and look to wear him down through using his footwork, and, like I say, feinting and keeping Zhang have to be on point, trying to land those counters. But basically, I think Kabayel should have too much at this point in his career for a much older Zhang. But Zhang will definitely be dangerous, especially early in the fight. But that's how I think the fight's going to play out. I think it's most likely Kabayel will probably get a stoppage in the second half of the fight, or win on points. But like I say, I'm probably actually leaning towards Kabayel to get a stoppage in the second half of the fight. But nonetheless, yeah, I'm picking Kabayel going into this fight. So let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comment section below. Thanks for listening. Talk to you guys again soon. Cheers.